Last time I did All Might versus Mike Guy, and for a joke I decided to have Midoriya and Rock Lee on the thumbnail. There were actually people who were complaining, like, that's not actually Mike Guy, that's Rock Lee! And stuff like that, and so I feel I need to explain that if you're sitting there thinking, that's not Miles Morales versus Virgil Hawkins, that's Miles Luna versus Virgil, the fucking statue thingy. You're an idiot. That's the joke. I can't believe I have to explain that. Anyway, Miles Morales vs. Static Shock is a battle I don't give much of a crap about, yet strangely, I can't wait to see. Is that strange? That's strange. Look, I know there's this hatred for Marvel vs. DC matchups that seemed to arise about 2 seasons ago, but who cares? Right, so, like, who really cares that Marvel and DC happen to make characters that people like comparing? I mean, everyone was complaining that Ultron wasn't fighting Brainiac and Green Lantern wasn't fighting Nova. I don't get this community. You all confuse me. But you see, my problem with this matchup is that I don't really know Miles and Static, and I don't feel like doing any research beyond looking at a Versus Wiki page and their respective respect threads. But Miles stomps. I mean, Cosmic Spider-Man managed to take on Solus and even killed him. He's like a planetary cosmic level. Okay, that was that joke out of the way. I don't really know who wins between Miles and Static. The only experience I have with Miles is Into the Spider-Verse, which is not going to... If they include that, that'd be stupid, because that's completely irrelevant. We're talking about Ultimate Comics Spider-Man, and, I don't know if they're going to do the original Static, or, like, the Rebirths, New 52 Static, I don't know. Who do I think Death Battle will have win, though? Well, let's ignore their stats, because I don't know them, and let's look at each other's just general advantages. So Static can kind of fly using his Saucer, and I think he's got, like, these like other things he can use to fly as well that he can also attack with, and he's also a lot smarter, I'm pretty sure. Miles, I don't recall him being especially genius, while Static is, and Static's also immune to electricity that isn't derived from quantum juice, I think it is, which I don't think Miles is, because he does not use quantum juice energy. He harnesses his own bioelectricity, which is a real thing. Miles, however, has the Spider Sense, which is a huge advantage against a lot of characters. The Spider Sense is insanely good, and Miles can go invisible, which I don't recall Static being able to do. I don't know if Static's ability to detect radio waves and electromagnetism would be a problem for Miles. As I said, I don't think Miles' electricity is electromagnetic, it's bioelectrical. I'm fairly confident in saying that Miles physically is stronger, which matters if he can actually get close enough and get past Static's, like, shields. I don't think Miles is immune to electricity the way Static is, so he's got a bit of a disadvantage there. I'm not sure who Death Battle will give the advantage ball to, but if I had to say, I'd say they'll probably give the advantage to Static. See, Miles' specific ways to win are... they're very specific, like using this camouflage to get close without Static noticing, or somehow being able to outlast Static's, like, attacks. I guess if Miles has one really good durability feat that they decide to factor in, like a lot of feats Death Battle just ignore, if Miles has a really good durability feat that Death Battle don't ignore, that would probably give him the win, because he'd be able to tank all the hits Static throws at him. That's how that works, I guess, and just, like, outlast Static. But if he doesn't have that, I just think Static's going to win. His method of victory is just hit Miles really fucking hard with the Bolt of Lightning. So if I had to say, I'd say Death Battle will likely conclude Static Shock will win. Then again, like, I am assuming they're using comic Static and not the more well-known cartoon Static. I'm sorry if this isn't what you all expected or really wanted. I mean, I wasn't going to do this, because I don't care who wins, I just care about if the fights are good. But, you know, I hope you genuinely enjoyed my not being sure. I don't know who's going to win. I'd say it really depends on Miles' feats of durability. That's what's going to decide it, because I don't think there's any doubt that Miles hits harder with his fist than Static does with his fists, or that Static's electricity is more potent generally than Miles, because it's big thunder blast attacks and big old full-on lightning shocks, while when Miles did that, it, like, knocked him out, I think, or it tired him out really bad. Yeah, they have their advantages. I don't know. Discuss in the comments. I really don't know who's going to win. I think Static beat Ravager once, and Miles once was able to take on Ultimate Green Goblin. I don't know who's stronger, Ultimate Green Goblin or Ravager. I really wouldn't know.